Hey y'all, what it is. So I have a more serious video right now. Today's my actual 6-month sober anniversary. I've been sober officially 6 months today, all because on January 20th I had the worst thing ever happen to me. I had a pancreatitis attack, but it was severe enough to where my pancreas was dying. And here's what happened. So anybody who hasn't seen my original video about it I made a few months ago, I have a few new subscribers, a lot of new subscribers who didn't know that I had a pancreatitis attack and didn't know that I was in the ICU for a week, and in the hospital for 2 weeks total, the beginning of this year, don't know. But anyway, I'll give a synopsis. So I used to drink a lot. I used to drink like sun up to sundown. I'd wake up and drink a glass of wine. I'd go to bed with a glass of wine. Like total, I would drink 12 glasses of wine a day. And on the weekends, I would drink probably like a bottle of vodka each day of the weekend. Like I was binge drinking every fucking day. So it finally caught up to me on January 20th, and I woke up and I couldn't stop vomiting. I vomited so much that I passed out, collapsed. I was in shock. My mom took me to the ER. They said I was this close to dying. And they said I had necrosing pancreatitis. And necrosing means dying. Basically, my pancreas cells were dying. Like, my pancreas had swelled up. I looked pregnant. Like, I will insert some pictures so you guys can see. I looked fucking pregnant. Like, they even thought it was so bad that, like, when I went to the hospital, they thought I was a sick pregnant woman having a miscarriage. Because my stomach was way out, like way out to here. Like, it was like huge. Like my pancreas had swelled up, and I was vomiting everywhere. I had horrible pains. It felt like my stomach was rotting from the inside out. Like, it was horrible. Okay, so finally, once I came to, because I was delusional for a while, because I was going through alcohol withdrawal and I was going through the pancreatitis attack. They put me on so many different drugs. I was pretty fucking delusional for like a few days. When I was in the ICU, I didn't know half of what the fuck was going on. All I knew was that I was sick as fuck. And I asked my doctor, like, will I ever be able to drink again? What happened to me? Essentially, what happened to me? They're like, no, your pancreas was dying. Your pancreas almost shut down. Your pancreas has dead cells in it. You have scarring all over your pancreas. You'll never be able to drink again. Ooh, child, it got hot as shit outside, y'all. I had to bring this inside, okay, to talk some more. So basically, my doctor said I almost died because for one, I was dehydrated, and for two, my pancreas was almost completely dying and dead, because a big portion of it, like 50% of it, had died already. Like, the cells had died, because I almost waited too late to go to the hospital, because I was having the extreme pain and the vomiting that wouldn't stop, and then also collapsed, and they said I could have very well died while I was passed out. And y'all, it was a shock to me. He told me I can never drink again. My pancreas can't handle it. I have scarring. And I almost even had to have surgery, because there was like a big old huge amount of fluid surrounding my pancreas for like a whole few months. Like, a few months after I even got out of the hospital, you guys, I had fluid surrounding my pancreas, like debris, dead cells, old alcohol, just dead cells and alcohol debris, and muscle tissue from my pancreas just floating in my system. Thank God that cleared up on its own. They gave me some medicine to help it clear up, and it finally cleared up, and they didn't have to have surgery to get all the fluid out. And luckily, my stomach kind of went back semi-flat, and I don't look pregnant now. But needless to say, you guys, I am so thankful to be alive. I was this close to dying. All the doctors I asked about it told me I was this close to dying, and I was in the ICU. I couldn't even wipe my ass when I was in the hospital, y'all. My stomach was so out to here and swollen. I was so swollen and so much pain. I couldn't even wipe my own butt. I was vomiting. Like, even when I was in the hospital and getting treated, I was still vomiting everywhere and just using the bathroom on myself. TMI. Uncontrollably. Like, I had to have people wash my ass. It was horrible. And all because I was an alcoholic. All because I drank so much to the point that I made my pancreas almost shut down. Now I have chronic pancreatitis, meaning my pancreas will always be damaged kind of similar to how people with cirrhosis of the liver have liver damage. I have really bad pancreas damage, so that's why I can never drink again. And today just highlights how far I've came. You know, I've been able to make videos sober, which I thought I could never do. You know, I started making this channel. I made this channel years ago, back in 2016. Well, actually, my first channel in 2016. That channel got deleted. Then I remade these channels in late 2016, 2017. I was drinking then. Most of my videos I made were when I was drunk. And I never thought I could make videos consistently sober, but I have. And the times where I did have a short amount of sobriety, I would always be planning my relapse. And this is the first time ever I'm not planning my relapse, because I know I cannot relapse, because I want to live. I much rather be living sober than dying in the ICU because I drank too fucking much. I've been able to date sober. I've been able to have sex sober. Things that I never thought I'd be able to do sober, that I've never done as an adult. Okay, I had never dated sober as an adult. I had never had sex sober, like prior to this year. I've done so much so far in the 6 months of this year, okay, that I thought I could never do without taking a drink. And I'm so proud of myself that I'm alive to tell the story of how I almost died, essentially. And I'll put the link below of, you know, the video I made, you know, shortly after it happened. But y'all, like, being sober has just taught me so many different things about myself, that I'm stronger than what I believe I am. I'm stronger than what I believe I am. I'm funny without liquor. I'm funny without wine. Okay, I'm sexy without wine. I'm actually sexier because I don't have a huge ass wine belly no more. Yep. Yep. You know, my face is not nearly as puffy. Go look at some of my old videos. Anybody who didn't watch me before, go look at some of my old videos from last year. The end of last year, my face was huge. My face was so puffy. I looked like I was sickly, but I ignored so many different signs. I was turning jaundice. I had, you know, my skin was turning blotchy and yellow, and I'm not yellow. I'm brown, honey. I'm chocolatey. My face was getting super huge, like a chipmunk's face. I was getting super bloated. I was always having hangovers, and I was always having stomach pain, and I would ignore it. Now I don't ignore my health. Now I'm putting my health first, and it is just amazing. I'm so proud of myself for being sober. Whew. And anybody who has an alcohol addiction, if you binge drink every day, stop it. You do not want pancreatitis. You do not want chronic pancreatitis. Now I have diabetes, and you know, diabetes does suck, but it keeps me in check. You know, it keeps me away from drinking, obviously, and it keeps me away from eating my feelings too. And also I have chronic pancreatitis, and I still have stomach pains. Don't get me wrong. If I eat the wrong things, I'm on the toilet all night, TMI, but it's way better than puking all night, being drunk and being hungover, and having to go to the ICU simply because you drank too fucking much, and you used to drink 2 bottles of wine a day and bottles of vodka every weekend. You know, it's better than that. So I thank God that I'm here, and thank God that I'm sober. 6 months strong, bitch. All right, bye, y'all. My pancreas had my belly looking like this, y'all. This how freaking swollen my pancreas was. I looked pregnant. Say no to alcohol, bitch.